Hello everyone. So today I decided to do a picture of a woman in a cafe and use the image as like the reference. So I was going to sketch out a whole thing according to this picture and then use the colours from the picture using the dropper tool to colorize my image. I'm not doing it as lifelike, I'm just doing it as a bit cartoony. It's a bit of an experiment. Let me know what you think. And if you like what you see, keep watching. Hello everyone. So yeah, up in the top left is the image that I decided to use. It's just a stock picture and I decided to approach this as a sketch in a art class. So I gave myself like a nice comfortable brown background to work on so I could get my fundamental sketch done and get all the placement of the objects in the image. And as I said in my opening, the idea is to use the dropper tool to select main colours from this image. So as you can see down the left hand side of the main image are a selection of the colours that I wanted. So they're all on a separate layer and I am now using those to just sort of block in where those colours are going to be. And then once I've got everything in place, then I'll start going in for shadows and things like that. So as you can see on the right hand side, I've got a few layers all open. If you're wondering how to turn an image, you hold down R and then you can turn your image on the screen. Also, the way that I have done this is I've taken the image from the top bar and just brought it down, and then you can have them all separated out so you can see everything. In the top right, you can see me working on my drawing tablet, which is the RDS 220, which is now something I've had for pushing 6 months, and I absolutely love it. So here I'm now refining the sketch, so just going over the rough sketch. And just blocking in the lights and darks, doing those all on separate layers, and then once it's all right, once I'm happy with it, I can blend it all together. But I'm keeping them all on separate layers just in case of a mistake. And also as well, the other good thing is to turn off the sketch layers as well and just see how the colours are going. This tends to help me know if I'm going in the right direction. The mixer brush is essential if you want to blend things together. Do that. And again, just experiment. Use a soft brush. I really wasn't trying very hard with the different types of brushes. So I sort of had a pencil brush, a soft brush, and that was pretty much all I needed. I think I used the hard brush a little bit as well, just to sort of get some sharper edges. Yes, please like and subscribe. Much appreciated. I went with purple eyes. I thought I would make this a little bit more anime in style. I wanted to get this picture done fairly fast. I think the picture itself probably took me about an hour and a half from start to finish, which for me is quick. And the main thing that helped me with that was because I was using a reference image, and as far as I was concerned, I was going to just copy the reference image and then put my own spin on it when it came to the actual sketch. So I just wanted to look it up and wanted the eyes. But yeah, all of the colours are all being taken from the main image. I haven't brought in any new colours. Changing the colour modes from multiply to screen. So opening up a separate layer and doing multiply, and opening up a separate layer and doing screen, and then doing the things on there, so that I can eventually, when I'm happy with it, I can merge those together. But yeah, for blending, definitely use the mixer brush, and make sure you use the soft brush. And what I'm trying to do generally here is reduce the dark lines, so sort of take away a lot of the line work and leave it more without that, so it's more based on colours rather than black outlines. I'm just playing around with the contrast a bit, darkening the image so that the highlights stand out more. I do that by duplicating the image so I don't damage the original, and then I put a layer above that, which is usually a screen layer when I do the colour mode, and then using the same colour as I was before, but because it's in screen it will come out lighter. And then if I'm happy with it, I'll merge it down, and then I'll use the mixer brush to blend the two together so it's not obvious. I played around with the cropping tool, just sort of bringing it out, because I felt that it needed a little bit more dynamic shot. She was a little bit too obvious, so that's why I chopped off a little bit of her head and everything else. Kind of matched the image that I was working on, should I say. Yeah, this was fun, trying to do the lettering on her shirt. So eventually I go for multiply, and then do like a sort of lighter layer above that, like screen, and then just tweak them both until the lettering is correct. I thought I was going to do the lettering just then, and it turns out that I was just experimenting there, but I do eventually do the lettering. Here we go. So yeah, then I used the warp tool to just, I assumed it said Sundays underneath lazy. It does now. So you're just playing around with some of these colours. I'm trying to match the darkness of the original image. And then this part here, I just decided to put in a bit of light coming in, presumably from a skylight or something like that. That's not in the original image, but it's just me just playing around just to see if I could give it a bit more style. Here's the finished article. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I also write books, which you can find on Amazon. If you look up Richard Coyley, I write sci-fi and horror. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.